Good morning. My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading and welcome to the Wheelhouse. I hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to talk about a few things. Bitcoin I want to go over, Tesla I want to go over. I also want to go over these indexes and the market yesterday. What a wild ride. So if it is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit the like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and select all so that you get the notifications. So let's start with the NASDAQ here. Now, if you guys have been on this channel, you know that I don't really need to know all the news. I'm aware of the news. I pay attention to it, but I don't let it consume me. I get most of my news from the charts, and I kind of trade in and out based on what's going on with the charts. It's been choppy. If there's one thing you can bet on, it's usually that you're not going to get 2 green days in a row and there's no stability. So I can count on that. That's why I sold my Tesla really early in the morning. When it went to 11:15, I got out at like 11:12. Not that I knew it wasn't going to just shoot right back up or go down pretty far. I just figured it would go down and then I could re-enter, but I didn't have a chance to re-enter because it kept going down. It's just so tentative that you got to be fast. And we had the Wheelhouse Wednesday night where I did a group training, and I had kind of showed everybody how I had 633 trades already for the year. Now it's closer to 700 because I traded like crazy yesterday, and 700 trades, about 200 grand up. It hasn't been easy. I keep having to charge my mouse battery, and my fingers are getting sore because I'm moving so fast, but that's what it takes in a crazy choppy market. And with my system that I use, I would love to position trade and swing trade, but we're just not in the right market for holding too long. I mean, it's like you get perfect technicals, and like I thought that Tesla looked really good the night before on the charts to go up today. Actually, we're going to go through that, and it really looked good. Now, it might still go up, but there's some things I want to discuss that I'm seeing specifically on the 4-hour chart. But I mean, the market is just all over the place, and I'm not exactly sure what the catalyst was. Was it the Supreme Court ruling? Is it, interest rates again? From what I think, and I don't know for sure, but just from watching all the charts, it just seemed like it was an algorithmic sell-off that triggered more algorithmic sell-offs. Like, it was really weird. It was sharp and abrupt, but I don't want to say unexpected because you have to expect the unexpected at this point. Like, if you can count on anything, you can just count on volatility at this point. And like I tell you guys here on YouTube and in the Discord, I tell you guys, look, the time frame has to do with the volatility of the market environment. So that's why I keep, I've been trading in and out on the 1 hour. Well, scratch that. I'm down in the 1 minutes now. I mean, I did, 50, 60, 70 trades today, and I'm just momentum off the 1 minute, in and out, boom, 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 just left and right. I did like 40K yesterday and like 40K the day before. And it's not easy. I wish I could just, pick a perfect fundamental company and, perfect technicals and, raise my stops and run a nice classic swing. But it's just the market's just all over the place. So this is what I wanted to kind of go over with with the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ's getting hit pretty hard. I know this candle right here, we had a nice push. But look, we've achieved on the daily red ribbons. And if you guys recall, I'll just show you real quick. Let me just find it. So I think it's at the bottom here somewhere. Right here, Bitcoin. So I was telling you guys on YouTube, when it first went red right here, this little tiny bit went red. I said, guys, that's usually just like quite damaging when Bitcoin goes red. And I kind of showed you guys this. And, the same thing goes for the NASDAQ, because to me, Bitcoin is like the Dow of crypto. So if you, go to indexes, sorry. So on the NASDAQ, we just got red. And yeah, over here, it wasn't that long. That's good. But this time we flirted with the 200 now almost twice. And, that makes me pretty nervous. All your indicators are bearish. They all say get out of tech right now, which is, a bit of common sense. You guys should know that. But this is never good. These kind of lower highs like this, which is coming right off the trend line, And typically, like when something like this happens, it goes to the top, the bottom. It'll kind of go to the top, the bottom, top, and you're hoping for a break to the upside, but this broke down. So that's not very good. It's not to say that it won't come back. It's just right now it's showing a lot of weakness. So you really want to be careful. And that's why I sold all my stocks, put it in cash, and I'm just trading in and out, boom, 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 and pretty much moving everything to cash back at the end of the day. Basically day trading. So, yeah, I mean, even the Dow, the Nasdaq was up at one point in the day yesterday. The Dow was up too, and then it ended down. Now the Dow doesn't look nearly as bad to me. No, the Dow still looks decent. It's not perfect, but it's not. The Nasdaq looks bad. The Dow looks okay. The S&P. The S&P still looks okay. We don't even need to talk about the Russell. We know the Russell just has problems. It's probably going to make its way back down to this line for like the 8th time. I mean, but it'll probably bounce off it because it always does. Look at this. 1, 2, almost there. 3, 4, 5, almost there. So it might come back down, but the small caps are getting wrecked. Yeah, so for all of you guys that were in the Wheelhouse Wednesday last night, it was amazing. I brought out the big guns, and I do every Wednesday. I teach everybody all kinds of really cool stuff, and it's very enlightening for everybody. But we had a great turnout and a lot of fun, and I'm kind of taking people a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole with technical analysis and teaching them, what to look for, and what equals more safety and things like that. So it was really good. And if you're not in the Discord, the link is in the description. If you want to upgrade for all my trade alerts or the courses or the one-on-one coaching with me, just go to the start here and click subscriptions, and you can do it from there. And it's it could be life-changing for you. It's pretty cool. A lot of courses, a lot of good people in the Discord. You can go in there for free. You can chat with people. You don't have to pay for anything, but if you want to upgrade and you want to, learn everything about markets, technical analysis, and have the one-on-one coaching and do the Wheelhouse Wednesdays and all that stuff, as well as the trade alerts, then, jump in there. Also, if you guys want to just come in for free and do the Jedi Challenge, you can do it in the simulator and practice some of the strategies. And, we're getting more and more people in there every day. We're getting more and more people in the Discord every day. We're getting more subscribers every day. So that's going really well, and I'm grateful for that. Okay, so so I don't really know. I don't know what the catalyst was, yesterday. It felt like it went up, it went down, it went up, and then at the end it went really far down. And it was like 6 different up and down rotations throughout the day, which was fine for me, but definitely you have to be very good at multitasking and have like parameters in a system to navigate a market like that. It wasn't the easiest market to navigate. I'll be honest, I'm lucky I came out of there green. And it's only because I was buying into momentum and selling in the profit, and I was doing it quickly, and I was doing it nonstop, repetitively. So that's why I was successful. Now, I don't know if it was like the Supreme Court ruling. I don't know if it's rate hikes. I don't know if it's algorithms. I'm not really sure why there was a big sell-off, but the market is definitely on edge. I don't feel that it's completely safe. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I do see a lot of things that are pointing to, it having some turbulence. You got to understand when a market goes up, okay, when a market goes up, it's going to go up and then pull back and then go up and pull back and go up and pull back and go up and pull back and go up. And it's creating, higher highs. It's going in an uptrend. Okay. When a market starts to make lower highs, like it is here, lower high, and then this will come up. And if this is lower than this one, it'll be a lower high, and it's starting a downtrend essentially. Okay. So just expect it to basically go down and then a pull back up. but not as high, and then down and a pullback up, but not as high, and down and a pullback up, but not as high, and down and so it'll keep doing that, just like this goes up, down, up, down, up, down in an uptrend. It'll go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's going to be days that push up. You're going to have green days, but if it keeps making lower highs, you're in a downtrend, and you're trending down. So like I teach you guys about the market phases and the market cycles, you have the accumulation phase, you have the participation phase, and you have the distribution phase. And it might have been algorithmic, it might have been news driven, but I just think it was another distribution day. I think it was a distribution day. So what a distribution day is, if you don't know, is institutions are just they can't sell all on one day, so they pick their spots and they offload to get out, and they'll usually do it after one of these bounces where it goes down and then up, and they'll get some of their money out, and then they'll knock it down again, and they're just trying to offload like tranches or parcels of their shares. So just be careful, guys. So yeah, let's take a look at Tesla real quick and see what I can see. Tesla really kind of shocked me a little bit. I expected, that's the thing about expecting, is you should never expect, you should only accept, right? Well, you got a purple doji. Doji usually means change in direction, and that it's purple usually means change in direction to the downside. Now, I was a little surprised because we were still in the blue ribbon on the daily. We had a breakout which failed back in the pattern. Then we had another breakout which felt pretty strong yesterday, or it would have been Tuesday. And then it just instantly failed. And the fact that this one went up for a couple days and then took a couple days to fail, okay, I can understand that. I could show you that on a lot of charts. But this one went up and failed right away. And I'll show you how Bitcoin did that recently multiple times. So then again, I've seen Tesla literally do this thing and then have these like $80 days, like after a big down day. It's still okay bullish. I mean, this is a lot of selling right here. And the 2 days prior, I mean, you had it going up in the direction of price action on the daily, which was really good. You're getting sell signals here. You have an earnings coming up in 12 days, which I'm predicting would probably be pretty good just because Tesla usually has good earnings. Let's back it down to the 4 hour. This is what I was seeing. So I'm seeing this shoulder situation because you had a failed breakout back into the pattern, tested the 200 on the 4 hour, and then another failed breakout, but a quick one. This usually means it's going to come down further. And, Tesla and the markets are almost just basically unpredictable at this point. But from a technical perspective on the 4 hour, it looks like it would come down further. But still has some bullish, you're still in an uptrend. You're above the 200. Your ribbons are very tight. They're about to go red. But I mean, you have indecision. You have good things on there and you have bad things on there. Now, on the 1 hour, you can really see this thing came above that pattern, this red line, and just decided to just turn, boom. And it created a red cloud and it created red ribbons. Now, if you notice that the length of the candles, this is the momentum going down. Obviously, on this candle, they fought because it wicked down and got pushed back up to the line and then failed. So there's a lot of selling. Now, when it usually makes this like rounded hockey puck thing, that means that the momentum is slowing. But it looks to me like it could have a couple more hours. Maybe in the morning when you watch this, might have an hour or two and then pop if it's going to pop. If not, it's going to keep falling. What a bummer. I was really hoping to run some Tesla this week, and I did, but I really thought we were going to make it a little bit further. I definitely caught these candles right here, and then I got out this morning. But I was thinking we were going to get to this 1171 to this 1203, which might not be out of the cards, but today was a little surprising. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. As it stands, I can't really say up or down. Yesterday I was like, it's going up, but now I'm seeing things that say either way it could go. So I wish I could give you a little bit more, but I just don't know. It's really hard to tell when you have really bullish signs and then like just a collapse on you. It's very strange. Let's look at Bitcoin. Now, I have a little theory about Bitcoin. All right. So, I'm not going to walk you through everything, and I know my chart looks a little crazy because I've been working a lot on this chart, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to put a prediction out there. It's probably crazy. I don't know if it'll be right, but I have my reasons why I think that it will be right. I think by March 10th of 2022, we're going to be back at an all-time high. And I know that probably sounds crazy to you guys, but I have my reasoning. I had mentioned that, I kind of walked us through like, hey, if we break this, we can come down to this. If we break that, we come down to this. Basic technical analysis. You got your bear flag. I mean, from there, you could come down to the green line. I tagged it green. I said, if we go below the green, that is the beginning of crypto winter because it's like the neckline, right? And you're already below the 200 with red clouds and red ribbons. So I had said what I think is going to happen is going to come right down to the line and it's going to pivot up. Well, I drew these lower highs and I measured the amount of time, which was exactly 60 days, oddly enough. And then I took it from the pivot low and went 60 days out, which was March 10th. So if you're using the magic key theory, and which is basically the amount of time and the angle here, then, and this is the pivot, which I believe it is, and I had all these lines drawn prior to this and set it prior to it happening, and it started the pivot. Now, what I think is going to happen, and I'm going to back it down a little bit for you. So I think what's going to happen is here's the pivot, okay, on the daily, the blue lines. So this is what's going on. It came above the 200 on the hourly, which was really good. It had a failed breakout, another failed breakout, another failed breakout, and it fell yesterday morning. Now, that is not good because, for obvious reasons, but basically, if you just back this thing up, this is how this thing works. You had an all-time high, you failed, you tried to rally, you went below the purple line, the 200, okay? Rejection, rejection, rejection. Failed attempt. Failed attempt, failed attempt, failed attempt, failed attempt. Rejection, fail. Back to support, rejection, fail. Rejection off the 200, 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 fail. Again, 2 more times, fail. Breakout, fail, breakout, fail. Above, really bullish. Breakout, fail. Bounced off the 200. That was looking pretty good. Off support, off resistance, fail. Breakout, fail. Back below the 200. Rejection, fail, rejection, fail, rejection, fail, rejection, fail, rejection, fail, rejection, fail. So what I'm saying to you is we need to get above that purple line and we need to get above this red line with the green body candle close above it. What I think is that I thought it was going to come all the way down, and now I think it's going to be up by March 10th. And I do think that even though it got above and it's coming below, I think what's going to happen is it's going to come and it's going to bounce off this channel, okay? And it might take its sweet time until it decides to just kind of launch up. But the first thing we got to do is we have to show strength on the hourly at a minimum, okay, to be able to really get into Bitcoin. At least the hourly, okay? Because if you can get strong on the hourly and for multiple hours, well, it's going to move to the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And it's going to, people are going to see that. If you get above, this red line at 43,949 and can hold on the daily, well, traders are going to, they're going to see that because that's step one. Now, you went down 11 steps on Bitcoin from all-time high. Each one of these is a ladder step down. There's 11 of them. And so to get back up, you got to start at the beginning, which is level 1. So we really need to get above level 1. And in order to do that, we're probably going to bounce off this thing and then reattempt. And I think that's what's going to end up happening. Now, I see a couple things. I don't know if other people have talked about it or noticed it yet, but when you understand the market phases and accumulation phase, what ends up happening is the 200, it either goes up or down, and then when it's ready to change directions back to the upside, what happens is the 200 comes down and then it flattens out. It comes straight. So that's really good that it's coming straight, okay? It's also very, from a technical standpoint on Bitcoin, it's truly, it's super calculated. Like, this is a very calculated chart. I mean, just take a look at the chart real quick. And look at this. This is like, boom, boom, reverse, okay? It's bouncing off, okay? Now you're making your way up and you're below, it's probably gonna bounce off, okay? This little curve right here is a perfect pivot low, okay? All you have to do is get confirmation above this and stay above the purple line and start getting traders in. Once traders come in, my theory is it's going to start amplifying and it's going to start building, and eventually that'll creep its way through everybody and all the communities, and people will start buying again and it'll start launching up. So I don't think Bitcoin is done for at all. I just think that it's going to be a process to get all the way over here to March 10th, and which will be right here, March 10th, 2022. And if you notice, this is a steep angle coming down. Well, it's also going to be a steep angle going up. So 60 days might seem like a long time, but 60 days is pretty fast. Now, look, I'm just going to tell you, I could be totally crazy and totally wrong. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. I did think we were going to hit, 96,000 by the end of the year, but with markets, you don't know like what's going to happen. I do certainly suspect what happened with Bitcoin and why it fell. I understand that. Billionaires and wealthy people, they want to move their money to safety. Remember, Bitcoin is correlated with inflation. So people put money into Bitcoin, it goes up because it's an inflation hedge. It's correlated with it. Well, when the Fed comes out and they're going to raise rates to hamper down inflation, Bitcoin's value will come down. Okay, that's the way that works. That's really how it works, because wealthy people, billionaires, whales, institutions, whatever you call it, they know better. So that's what I think happened, why it came down. And it was just interesting that it came down perfectly, literally perfectly, to this to the green line that I had drawn in. And look, and when I say perfectly, check this out. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know if you can see that, but right here, the purple wick came perfectly down and touched it. I mean, talk about a pivot, and everything technically is like bouncing off it this way and bouncing off it that way. So it's like really structured and calculated, this chart. And I think this is the pivot, and all we have to do is probably bounce off here and get above here, and people are going to start buying, and we're going to head back up in this trajectory back to an all-time high at March 10th. It's a theory. I'm right about a lot of them. Can't be right about all of them, but that's what I'm thinking. And I want to give you guys a little bit of hope, because I know it's been a rough ride. But if you've been in Bitcoin a long time, this was a rough ride. And there's been plenty of rough rides before it too. So I mean, this felt like a rough ride. This felt like a rough ride. So I mean, you guys know how it goes with Bitcoin. So I want to give you a little hope. I think there's a good chance we could get back up into this ascending triangle, back to all-time high with a date of March 10th, and from there I'll take a look at some fibs and some stuff like that and see where we could go. Maybe we go further into later into 2022. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about. We got lower highs going on the NASDAQ. We got topping indicators going on all over the place. We have algorithmic, we have distribution, we got a funky, choppy market. If you want to learn how to navigate that and make money in it like I did, you might have to make a lot of trades like I did, but I'm up 200 grand, and I think we're in our second trading week of the year, so it's going well. It's not easy what I do, but you can follow the trade alerts, and you can just trust that, because I'm making money, so you can just buy and sell, and you can just be there all day doing that. That'll work for you. So if you want to do the Jedi challenge in the simulator, just click the Discord link, come in there, go to the announcement area, and it'll give you like how to log in and the password and all that stuff. And then I'm gonna whoever is in first place. However, you have to be in first place, but you can't YOLO. You can't do more than 25% of your portfolio on any position. And there's already 2 people that I have to disqualify in there, unfortunately, because I mentioned it in the group, I warned on YouTube, and they're still doing it. So I have to disqualify them, and I'll probably pull them out of the simulator too, because they're just pushing all in or a huge amount of the money into 1 or 2 positions. And I want to teach people a certain strategy that wins all the time, not with luck. You don't need luck with the strategy that I have. You just need to understand all the rules and conditions of the strategy, and then follow it to a T, and it'll work for you. So I'm sure a lot of people are down on their portfolios. I'm way up. I'm up over 20%. In fact, I'm going to be sending over 3 times the amount of money that I started with, because I was transferring money from my other brokerage over. So, I'm going to accelerate those gains real quick, and I can teach you how to do it. And if you don't believe me, just click the Discord link, go in there, and just start asking people about me and the courses and the Wheelhouse Wednesdays. And if I know what the hell I'm talking about, I'm sure some people will be able to talk to you about that. Anyways, I appreciate you for staying to the end. And if you don't know, my name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.